Hello and welcome back to Introduction to Astronomy. Today we're going to do a lab on photometry. So you're going to want to go to Canvas and then Modules and then Labs and then the Unit 3 Labs, and then down at the bottom you're going to click on the tab that says 13 Photometry. So on the Microsoft Excel worksheet, click on the tab at the bottom of the worksheet that says 13 Photometry. So what we want to be able to do is to mathematically come up with a formula that is going to relate the actual brightness of a light bulb, which is going to be its luminosity L, to its apparent brightness, which is going to be F, for energy flux, and then also the distance. So how far away is the light bulb? So here, let's do the pre-lab. So what's the purpose of the lab? So go down into the lab to where it says purpose and then copy and paste it there. The safety instructions for it. So go ahead and copy and paste those. What is apparent brightness? So you should write down what the letter for apparent brightness is and then explain it. Number 4, if you're walking away from a light bulb, the light bulb's apparent brightness, will it increase, will it decrease, or will it be the same? So just highlight one of those 3 answers. Okay, question number 5, what's the device that will be used to measure the apparent brightness? So that is down in the lab. Okay, now let's go down into the procedure. And you'll see that it involves a light source, which is going to be this thing right here. That's going to be the light bulb. I've got it hooked up to a power supply so that when I set the voltage, it's going to be at a certain brightness. So the actual brightness is going to be L, and then what we're going to be doing is measuring the apparent brightness of the light bulb with our photometer, which I'm going to try to use this multimeter. So this has a built-in photometer, and we're going to use that to measure the brightness of the light bulb. And then I've got here, I have a measuring tape, and we're going to also measure the brightness at different distances away from the light bulb. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you those numbers, and then you're going to put them in the data table. Now you'll notice that in the original procedure in the lab, it says to measure the brightness from 5 different directions. So originally the lab calls for measuring the brightness in this direction and then measuring the brightness in that direction, and then measuring it at angles, and then perpendicular. So perpendicular would be number 3. What we're going to do is only 3. So we're going to measure the brightness of the light bulb in that direction only. So if you continue to go down, you'll see there is the data table that you're going to fill out. You're only going to fill out column number 1. So I'm going to tell you what the distances are, and then you're going to put them in the data table, and then I will tell you what the readout on the photometer is, and you could put that in the column that says number 3, or you could just put it in the last column which says the average. So it doesn't really make any difference where you put that data. Okay, So I think we're ready now. So I'm going to stop the video here. I'm going to turn out the lights, and then I'm going to read off to you the different numbers that you are to put into that table.